to the tea table. So what I'm going to be doing is I think the first video of each week will just be a deck profile of something that I thought was really cool from the weekend, whether it be at a real life tournament or a regional or an online event, you know, something cool you league, whatever. You know, open to suggestions. And today we're going to look at a deck that got second. Obviously, it does look familiar, but there are some twists and turns along the way. From the Card Cavern Series, Season 2, Number 4. This is the second place deck by PCGMcaceres. Said that wrong. My bad. Limitless user. Sorry about that if you watch this. I do apologize. But they got second place and went 9-1 with Arceus Pikachu featuring Liepard and Poké Ball along with Opal. So we're going to go through it and we're going to run down their matches because I do have it pulled up what they won and lost, and then we're going to talk about it a little and see what it is. So Arceus Pikachu is the deck that won the NAIC event. Obviously not like this. Azul did win. Really cool. Taken by storm. So the main part here is you do have Arceus V, Trinity charge, search for 3 basic energy, tap into your Vs. Pretty good, we all know by now. Got that 6 Starbirth ability. Once a game, you can use it. Search for 2 cards, put in your hand. And then the Trinity Nova that does 200 and attaches. We all know that card by now. Pretty established in the meta. As well as Pikachu, Flying Pikachu V from the Celebration set. The basic one, fly. Hedge can't do nothing. Whatever. Also, this card's so adorable. And then it's like, what if I got bigger and even more adorable? Max Balloon, 160. It cannot take damage from basic Pokemon, which is really pretty good, as we do have a mixture of basics that are really good to attack with, along with evolutions. And it has for your tree cost, and it has fighting resistance, which is important as Arceus is weak to fighting, so it can counteract that. So that's the main strategy. You go Arceus Pikachu when you need it, and then you wrap up the game. But the rest of the Pokemon is where it can get unique. So we're going to start with Crobat V. Pretty simple. Run it down every time. You got to play that to draw cards. When you play it, you draw until you have 6. Pretty good. We got Ditto V. Love to see it. Love the alternate shiny version thing. V transformation. You may trade it with a basic Pokemon V from your discard pile. So the cool thing about this is that if Ditto has been out for a turn, you can switch into your Arceus or Pikachu and then evolve it immediately. So you do not have to wait, as it does meet the requirements for evolving. Now, keep in mind you do keep all the damage counter, special conditions, and anything that might be on that. Still pretty cool. And then we got a 2-2 Liepard. So we got Purrloin, up to no good. Hedge your opponent's paralyzed, whatever. Then we got Liepard. This is the sick pre-release version. Trade, discard a card, draw 2. Pretty simple. I think a secret added benefit to this might have been it's also dark. They did play against a couple Mew in the event. Obviously, you can still beat it the other way, but you're just like, oh, what's up on a double turbo? Choice Belt. Maybe get a knockout with the one prizer. Who knows? I'm not sure. Probably don't want to attack with it, honestly. But it is there to discard all your random cards you may not need, depending on your matchup. And it's really cool to see this card played. And to round out the Pokemon, we got Pumpkaboo. When you play it, you discard a stadium. Pretty good. If your opponent's got that path before you, and you really need to use your ability, or like a late game, you need to use the other Pokemon. We got Lumineon V, which is search for supporter when you play it. You can Pumpkaboo and then Lumineon. Pretty cool there. So let's go to the items and trainers, and let's have a little fun. So we got the 2 Escape Rope each player switches. Pretty simple on there. Gets around Miltanks, etc., etc. 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 0. 4 Pokeball. Good old OG Pokeball out there, which, fun fact, does have a gold version they made for the 25th anniversary. Flip a coin if heads, get a Pokemon from your deck, put in your hand. If tails, absolutely nothing happens. So, just get heads. Then you got the 4 Quick Ball. Discard a card, get a basic. You got the 4 Ultra Ball, etc., etc. We round out that. We got 2 Path to the Peak. Rule box Pokemon, no abilities for you. We got the supporters. We got 1 Avery, Draw 3. Your opponent's got to discard until they have 3 bench. Pretty dang good, if you ask me. We got the 3 Boss's Orders. Switch them from your opponent's bench. With their active, help you get those knockouts to secure your victory. Or, you know what? Cut down the strategy if they had a slow start. So if you go first, you got your Arceus. You know, or then they got whatever Pokemon they might have. And you're like, oh, I'm going to pick that off. Gotcha. We got the 3. Oh, just kidding. I clicked the wrong button. We got Opal. More coin flipping. Flip 2 coins. Search your deck for a number of cards equal to the number of heads and put it in your hand. So if you get 2 heads, just search for any 2 cards you want. If you get 2 tails, well, that was your supporter for the turn, but why not? Just get heads. That's all you got to do. Then we got the 3 Marnie. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. Shuffles their hand and puts it on the bottom of their deck. Excuse me. You draw 5. They draw 4. We know though that one by now. Then we got Pierce. Search your deck for an energy card and a dark Pokemon. So your only dark Pokemon will be Crobat, but it can let you search out your double turbo or powerful energies. You'll see in a moment. And we got the 3 Professor's Research, discard, draw 7. Pretty good there. And last but certainly not least in our trainers will be Choice Belt. 30 more to your opponent's active V Pokemon. We go to the energy. We got the 4 double turbo, provides 2 colorless to the Pokemon attached to, but you do 20 less. We got the 6 lightning for Pikachu. And we got the 2 powerful energy. As long as this card is attached to Pokemon, it provides colorless. But if it is attached to a colorless Pokemon, aka Arceus, you do 20 more damage. So you could counteract your double turbo for like a Choice Belt, boom, knockout play on the Arceus V, among many other things. So they did get second, so we're going to do a rundown of their tournament run really quickly to see what they faced and how that all went. So, round 1, they did beat Arceus Inteleon there. They got the dub on that one. Round 2, they did face Arceus Pikachu V Union, which is also just really cool. Have to take a look back at that one in a different video, maybe. Then they beat Arceus Duraludon VMAX, get that out of the way. They did beat a Mew. Then they beat Palkia Inteleon. They beat another Arceus Duraludon there. And round 7 to round out Swiss, they did beat another Mew. So, pretty decent variety. Hit a couple Mew and Duraludon. But they were 7-0 after Swiss there. So they beat Arceus Inteleon. They got 2-0 against Duraludon, 2-0 against Mew. The Pikachu deck, which is super cool. And then Palkia. So, riding high into top 8. Where they took down... let me see if I could pull up the record. I don't know if it'll show. 1 second. Let's see. It might show it. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I don't think it... Oh, it does. So in top 8, they did take down Palkia Inteleon 2-0. Quick 2-0 there. Then they, in top 4, took down Arceus Malamar VMAX 2-0. And in the finals, they did lose 1-2 to Arceus Duraludon, which is actually one of the people they beat in round 6. So that person did end up getting revenge and winning the tournament. But this deck went 9-1. I mean, was it the I'm getting heads all day, but also this deck's just good anyway, so who cares? Is it if I get tails, it's fine because this deck is just so good? I mean, it's pretty... This deck is... I think shows that, like, this deck, obviously, we know Pikachu Arceus is good, but you're just like, let me plug in stuff like how with Mew, people were putting switching cups, Pokeball. Tord was like, let's put 32 coin flips in my Mew deck, because who cares? So I think it's one of those things. The Liepard's super interesting. Especially because you could attack with it. So that's probably why you do it over the Cinccino line. You also do have 10 more HP. That is my guess on why they wanted to attack with it, if they could. Opal, probably just won a game getting double heads on Opal there. The Pierce is pretty crazy, especially with the one-ofs. You do have Lumineon, so you can search them out if you have to. They do not have a Radiant Pokemon, but, like, what would you run, right? Like, I don't, like, let's see, like, all the Radiant Pokemon. I mean, we ain't playing Are we reaching to play Charizard? Probably not. It's probably better to do the consistency thing. I mean, we're not playing Greninja. We don't really need Hawlucha because we're two-shotting. Heatran makes no sense, and we're going to have a bunch of cards in our hand with Venusaur, and you don't want your turn 1 attack to be Eevee in this particular deck. So there's not really a room for Radiant Pokemon. Who knows in the future when other sets come out, like Gardevoir, Radiant Gardevoir, they'll let you take less damage or, something like that. But for now, this is what it is. We are nearing Worlds. Yeah, we are in August now, so we are getting close to the World Championship. So interesting to see what deck does well there. Is Arceus Pikachu going to carry over from NAIC? Obviously, maybe not this iteration, but you never know. I want to thank you guys for watching. Monday, like I said, we're going to do a little recap. We might do a couple decks, maybe, a quick recap of the weekend and be like, well, this deck did well, this deck did well, or some interesting text maybe I saw to keep you informed. Also, quick little tidbit. If you buy foils, Battle VIP Pass on TCG Player is about $5 and rising now. If you want to get that foil before it hits $10 or $15 a few months down the line, such as Evolution Insensate and Training Corp before we got the Secret Rare. So with that being said, I'm Josh Hatter. This was Arceus Pikachu, Purrloin Pokeball, and I will see you next time on the Tea Table.